So really interesting position here from the French. So the game starts like this: e4, e6, the French defense, d4, d5, knight to d2. That's the move. That's the move I like, and that's the move Gary Kasparov used to play. Is the idea is that you don't get pinned with bishop b4 because you're not gonna play c3. So normally the knight goes to c3, but anyway, knight d2, d takes e4, knight takes e4, knight to f6. White took, knight takes f6, black took with the pawn. So in both of the games we're going to look at today, black took with the pawn. And the move that I think is the best here is at some point you want to play the move pawn to g3. Because since he took with the pawn, he's opening the g file for his rook. And now our pawn on g3 is very well placed for that because it stops the open line. So knight f6 gf, okay, knight f3 was played, bishop e7, and now white goes g3. Bishop d7, white goes bishop g2. Bishop c6. So black has an interesting idea here. He wants to oppose the white square bishop, and maybe he looks to exchange these bishops at one point, which would be really good for him and bad for white. We always want to keep the bishop that we fianchetto. But it is a little bit slow, and his king is in the center. So white castled short, knight d7, and now white goes c4. Now, honestly, this move is pretty much the only move that makes sense to me. White really wants to go d5 here and open the position up, like I say in all my videos, so that we could bring in the heavy pieces, the rooks and the queens. So d5 is a huge, So d5 is a huge idea here. And I really think black should have played the move knight b6 because knight b6 controls the d5 square, even though it will maybe run into some other tempo gaining moves on the queen side. Like, for example, maybe white can play something like queen e7, queen e2 protecting the pawn, and then just start harassing these pieces with the pawns. So I think black made a huge mistake here. He played castles, which I think honestly just walks right into it. d5. Okay, you have to take, otherwise the bishop's trapped. So pawn takes, pawn takes. Bishop must go to the only safe square. White is happy to bring the rook, rook e1. And now black tried to defend king h8, but actually the king here is just isolated. I'm not really sure what was a better move, but probably something like rook e8, maybe bring the knight on f8. I think this was a better way to defend. Right? King h8 just pretty much collapses immediately. So in this position, knight to d4, tempo on the bishop, bishop must go. And now knight f5, tempo on the other bishop. This is a good sign that your attack is going well if you're creating threats. If you're like constantly doing one move threats, this is a good sign that your attack is going well. So black played bishop c5, and now white brings the queen, queen h5. Obviously the queen has to come in to attack the king. And now on a good day, we want to put the bishop on e4. And the queen and the bishop would deliver checkmate, like moving this knight and just giving checkmate. So black understandably tries to stop that. So he goes knight e5. And now his idea is that if I play bishop e4 here, he's going to play knight g6 and block my diagonal. So for that reason, white really, like this next move should not be that impressive to you. This is a defender of the king, and we just get rid of it. So white goes rook takes knight. Yeah, it's a nice move, I guess, but it's logical because we don't need the rook to attack on this white square. We actually are happy to get rid of that knight. And now bishop e4. And as we see, white is achieving harmony because this bishop is also being able to take part in the game. The bishop on e4 is aiming, the queen is aiming, the knight is active. Meanwhile, all of black's pieces are over here on the queen side. So although we're down on exchange, we lost our rook. We have 4 monster pieces. So black played queen f6, trying to bring the queen to the defense. And now the most logical, obvious move, bishop g5, bringing another attacker. So after bishop g5, if you just look at white's pieces, they're beautifully together and placed in harmony. Black played queen g6, and this allows a beautiful finish. Now white plays just really beautiful, really fantastic move, knight e7. And knight e7 wins the game, because if you, well, basically if you take my queen, there's bishop f6 checkmate. We have enough here with the bishop and the knight. If you take my knight, well, bishop takes queen, that just wins the game. And if you take my bishop on e4, then bishop f6 again is mate. So are you surprised that white had a beautiful tactical finish? Are you surprised that knight e7 exists? You shouldn't be surprised. When you put all your pieces in a harmonious fashion, when all your pieces protect each other and connect to each other, you gotta trust me, the tactical move will be there because you've maximized your pieces. So that's good chess. Good chess is about basically getting rid of the opponent's active pieces, like white did where rook takes e5, and just focusing on getting 4 or 5 attackers close to the king. And then once you do that, the move will be there. The tactical shot will be there. That's it. Thank you guys for watching. There'll be a part 2 to this video where I show you another game in this line. So if you like this video, make sure to check that one out. Thank you.